Hey, what's up guys? This is Cainebourne. Today I'm going to be playing the Escapists 2. I've been meaning to cover this game for quite a few days now, but I'm very busy between working 6 days a week and now I'm actually back in school, or I should say college. I'm going for a computer software web and development degree. I am in my second to last semester and we're doing advanced Java, which is very complicated and time consuming. But I am here today to play a game that is super cool, super fun. I always meant to play the first one, never got around to it. This one looks better, feels better, controls better. Pretty much everything about it is a little bit better. Correct me if I'm wrong, any old fans of this series, but this game is basically all just about escaping from prison, which I think is a really fun thing to do. I don't have real life, but if I can make believe in a little colorful, cartoony game like this, I have a lot of fun. The biggest addition to the Escapists 2, and I have so much trouble saying that, Escapists. The Escapists 2, the biggest addition to this game is that they added multiplayer. Not only is there a cooperative, which has been tons of fun, and I've been playing with my buddy Jonathan, and we're going to start filming maybe a series, if this video does well, where we do cooperative escapes. I think is a lot of fun. But in addition to that, there's also a versus mode where you can try to escape from prisoners quicker than other people. One thing I want to show you guys that might help you out if you're playing the game, planning to play the game, decide to play the game because of this video or whatever, go into the help and options menu if you're going to do local co-op, and then go up to this setting right here, controller input, and you can actually scroll over to it somehow, if I can get here. Here it is. And you can actually change that, because by default it's mouse, keyboard, and controller if it detects your controller. Go ahead and switch that to mouse and keyboard if you're going to play local co-op, because you'll start up a game and then your buddy will grab your remote control and hit X, and he's supposed to drop right in. But if it's set this way, he's just going to be controlling you. So you need to switch it. And in-game, which is the only place where he can join, suspiciously this control input option disappears from the options menu. So before you even dive in, go ahead and switch it. I'm going to leave it on both because I'm not playing local co-op right now, and I want to be able to use my Steam controller because it's a little bit more comfortable. All right, so let's jump into an actual match here. There is like a little tutorial. I'm going to skip that in the interest of time, since I don't know how popular this game is actually going to be. There are about 10 different prisons. Some of them have to be unlocked the more that you escape, ending in, I think there's something where you escape from like a space prison. We're going to just start in the normal prison here. We're going to start a brand new save file. So I'm a little bit familiar with this. You can customize your character. You can kind of change the setup of the prisoners and the names. Sometimes you're going to get some YouTubers in there, Dan TDM and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to hop right in. And while this is very cartoony, this is a very difficult game. This isn't something that you're going to beat in a day. I think it took us about 3 different playthroughs of a couple of hours in order to beat this first prison even once. I'm going to grab my Cainebourne character. You might be wondering why he's wearing a cowboy hat. It's because he's freaking awesome. No, it's because we were doing like an Old West train escape last night, and I thought it would be funny to throw a cowboy hat on him. I'm not going to switch it right now. So the warden will introduce you to the prison. Each one, they're all different, and he gives you the lay of the land. He shows you where you eat. He kind of tells you the rules. The schedules are different in each prison, but ultimately they're pretty similar. You know, you figure out how to escape, and it takes time and work. So I'm going to go ahead and skip through this tutorial, and I'm going to jump in. And here I am, sleeping like a baby inside my prison cell. So right away, it is currently lights out. As soon as morning time comes, which is in 5 minutes, that goes pretty quick, we're going to have to do roll call in this particular prison. Check out what's inside my desk, nothing too exciting. So you've got to be at all of these particular places when they call for it. So right now they've called for us to be at roll call. If you don't show up, the prison goes on lockdown, and your escape attempt is going to be that much more difficult. The stars, kind of like in GTA, underneath the box on the right-hand side, let you know the level of heightened security. You'll notice my little cellmates, or prisoners, fellow prisoners here rather, have little icons. If it's an exclamation point, it means it's a quest. They may want me to steal something, beat somebody up, frame somebody. If it's money, then I can click on it and buy some materials that might help me escape from the prison. I kind of want to show you a successful escape, but I don't want to sit here and play this for 8 hours and escape. So I'm going to show you all of the basics here, and then I'll probably fast forward ahead to a daring escape attempt. So once you've checked in, you'll notice I walked in here and I got like a check mark. I don't actually have to stand there for the entire roll call. That would be boring. But they do have you show up to these parts just to make sure you're paying attention and that you are basically participating in normal prison life. For example, here's breakfast time. Literally walk in the door, walk out, I got the check mark. Now I can go and conduct some nefarious activities, and the main thing that you're going to be doing a lot in this game is you're going to be searching other prisoners' desks. If the prisoners themselves catch you, they're going to fight you. If a guard catches you, they're going to get suspicious. I'm grabbing metal and picks and stuff, or rather files, because those are really highly valued items that are going to allow me to escape faster. I also need duct tape and wood, so we're doing good. If you hold the button, you can actually pick up the desk, and then if you walk forward, you can see there's like a vent system. You can actually cut through those vents and travel through the prison's vent system. You can dig tunnels through the floor. Oh, he's just catching me. He's suspicious. If you look on the left, you'll see the heart. That's my health. The lightning bolt is my stamina. And then finally, the heat is the baton-wielding cannon. So that's what that is. So you don't want to gain too much heat, or you'll end up in solitaire and you'll be peeling potatoes to get out quicker. Or if you really piss off the guards, they'll beat you up or shoot you, and then a medic takes you to the hospital. And that wastes time. After I've showed up to those 2 events that I needed to, I have a little bit of free time here. So this is a good time to try to get some stuff done. Glue might be useful as well. The red house signifies my cells. This is my desk. I'm going to go ahead and start packing away some of this stuff. And the illegal items you can actually put into a hidden compartment in your desk if I hit the proper button. I believe it's X with the control. So I'm not supposed to have the file. The glue and stuff is not that big of a deal. It's also bleed over storage. You're also able to go into a crafting menu here. And depending on your intelligence, you have to raise that skill. So you're going to have to go and study in the library and read books and such. So 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, there are different tools that you're able to use. Things like a comb blade if you need to cut any rival enemy in prison. Armor, like inside of your suit, you can put a book in with duct tape. You can use a metal sheet. All types of stuff. You can put a fake fence or a fake wall or a fake vent cover. Hell, if you've watched Escape from Alcatraz, you can even make a papier-mâché doll and stick it in your bed so that if the guards look at night, it looks like you're still there. You can also grab the sheets off of another prisoner's bed, or your own, and then go ahead and stick those onto the window to kind of block what's going on. Now, the guards will react differently depending on the level of security. At a very low level of security, in a minimum security facility like this, they're going to let you get away with murder. So I could probably put the sheets over, start digging a hole, and escape this prison fairly easy as long as the security levels are low. But I have to be able to get the materials to do that. And so that's what this is all about. And of course, you can get weapons to defend yourself, and depending on what quests you take, like let's see what he wants. Could you distract the guards at exercise time so I can throw a fist or two at my rival? I don't want to do that because that's not really going to be that helpful to me. Making 20 gold to raise the security level and cost me more time in jail, no thanks. But some of them are easy. Hey, can you go steal a cupcake from this guy, or can you go ahead and plant some dirt in an inmate's desk so it looks like he's trying to escape or something like that. So some of them are pretty easy. And then there's also a job system in this game, and we'll see that at job time here. I'm trying to collect as many resources as I can right away, so just get the idea of how I do that, making my rounds around all the other cells. I also need to go ahead and make sure that I do start doing some research. So we're going to do that in a second here. Never a bad thing. It's maybe lunchtime, so let's show up for lunch. Let's not be wielding a giant stick in front of the guards, though. So after I do lunchtime, I'm going to try to go ahead and get some studying in, and then it should probably almost be exercise time. So again, this is very much about time organization. There are some hilarious hijinks that happen when you're playing with friends. Obviously, you don't have to do it right. You can purposely screw up the escape. You can sit here and play music with each other in the music room, which is pretty funny. And the instruments all actually synchronize, which is cool, so you make some sweet music. Studying is a little mini game. It's pretty easy. You just keep holding the button and keeping it in between these bars. But, something extra. You can kind of split up. You can have your friend focus on speed, another one focus on intelligence, and another one on strength. So you can perform various tasks that will help you escape jail. I'm going to hopefully get my intellect up to 40 today. Now it's job time. Okay. So currently I'm not going to have a job, nor am I going to have the proper skills to get a job. You need to meet certain prerequisites. I will show you that in just a second. After I run over here. So, and again, you got to be on time, so you want to get your check-in first. Because missing check-ins also raises security, even if it's just for little stuff like a job. Alright, so you sit here for a second. This guy belittles me and makes fun of me and says I'm worthless because the developer finds that funny. Confirm, more unfound. Eventually, he's just going to give me the minimum, which is 10 gold that you make per day if you don't have a job. So if you want to make more money, you go here and you either sign up for shoemaking, mail sorting, waste disposal, or painting. I believe the jobs change with the prisons. The layouts certainly change, and there's all kinds of other stuff that is different. Since I'm up here, I'm going to get a head start on exercising. We'll work on our strength. It's a different minigame. I'm clicking the left and right triggers here, and apologies if it's a little loud, but I have a pretty sensitive microphone. So we're going to get a little bit of a head start on the workout here during job time. And there are various ways to recover stamina too. You can sit in a chair, you can drink an energy drink, you can eat food, you can take a shower, you can go to sleep, all kinds of stuff. So right now I just ran out of stamina. He's way too tired, so we're going to hop in the shower. And then it's about to be workout time anyway. So let's go ahead and get nice and squeaky clean. I'd rather take a shower when there's not a bunch of dudes in here anyway. A lot of other random anarchy ensues in the prison. Sometimes you'll see the guards tossing somebody's cell. You'll see some prisoners fighting, like those guys over there. Here come the guards to break it up. So all kinds of craziness is going on in these prisons. Alright, it's now legitimately exercise time, so I'm just going to get up to 40. I'm not going to show you guys me grinding all of this stuff and make it look too boring. This is actually rather fun. But much more so in multiplayer. I would grab a friend and play this game with them because planning the escape together, not only is it a little bit more fun, but it's actually way more challenging because there's certain escapes that can only be performed by an individual, and there are more complex ones that can only be performed as a group. So you definitely want to kind of keep an eye out for all that. That's what adds really all the replayability in this game. I'm going to check a couple of more desks. My plan of escape this time is just going to be a very simple one. Oops. Oh, yeah, he just saw me stealing. So now this guard is going to try to kill me, and it's a little odd the way this works, but if I can actually manage to get away from him and not have other guards join in and stop me, then I should be able to actually lose this heat, not get beat up, and lose the items that I've stolen. So it's a little silly that he just forgets that there's a prison in here somewhere that he's chasing, but for the concept of the game, you know, I understand why they do it that way. It adds a little mini game where you can have some combat, you can have some chasing going on, that kind of thing. So hopefully this guard doesn't see me. I'm going to lay low inside this locker for a little bit and let my heat go down quite a bit. And this did allow me to check in for shower time, which is nice. So my general plan here is to build a tunnel in my room, and in order to do that I need a shovel. Then I'm going to need a pick if I want to more effectively pick through the wall, but I could probably manage with a good shovel. The tunnels, the longer they get, require wooden braces so they don't collapse, so I'm going to make some wooden braces, and then I'm going to need a wire cutter to cut the barbed wire fence on the outside of the prison, and then I'll escape. So I'm going to fast forward through a lot of that once I get done showing you guys the general concepts of this game. I'm going to let all the guards get out of here. We're going to take a shower, get back our stamina. And I'm still pretty hot right now, so I should have been a little bit more careful about what I was doing. So it is now dinner time. I've got to do that check-in. The guards still might give me a hard time. Yep. Gaining heat. So let's check in fast. Get out of there because he is not following me. So let me hide for a little bit. Where's my cell? It's a little bit over here. So I'm going to go into my cell and dump this stuff, so in case I don't lose this heat and I get beat up, it's not that big of a problem. I'm going to be digging out of the prison, and I want to make that journey as short as possible. So I think I'm going to dig right above my cell here. So I'm actually going to use the desk to hide the hole. So let's go ahead and stick some more of the stuff in here. Okay, so I actually have a file and a piece of wood, which should allow me to make a handle. So we're going to do that because that's a component that I need. And now we need to make a flimsy shovel, which is metal, duct tape, and a handle. I think I have all of those items. I do. So we're going to go back in. We're going to make a flimsy shovel. Flimsy shovel, as you can imagine, is flimsy. It's not going to hold up real well. So I'm going to go ahead and need to get my intelligence up to 50 and then upgrade my shovel with metal and duct tape. And I'll do that again in the 60 tier. And I will basically make a sturdy shovel. Similar thing with the cutter. It starts out with... What does it start out with? The cutter starts out with 2 files and duct tape, and then it gets upgraded with files and duct tape, I believe. So I'm going to need a lot of files and duct tape and all kinds of different stuff. Once I get all those materials together, I will come back to you guys and we will see the escape. However, I did want to go through one full day cycle so you can see what that's all about. Actually, now that I've got some wood, I think it only takes about 1 or 2 braces. So I'm going to see if I can't make a brace right too. So here's a tunnel brace, timber brace. So I've got already a timber brace and a shovel, so that's a good start. Working on my escape. Actually, does it require... No, it's not a file. I need duct tape. Alright. So I'm going to finish up this day. So now I've got free time, so this is a great time to check some more cells and gather some more items. So we're going to do that. And after that, we'll finish the day cycle. Yes, more duct tape. That's awesome. And these items and the desks change each day. And there's a lot of creative combinations of different things you can make with different ways to escape. The first time we escaped, we actually built a tunnel. Or actually, we broke into the grading system up above. We came out in the music room. Then we dug a hole in the floor, got out to the courtyard, and did all this other crazy crap. This time I'm going to do a much easier escape. Let's grab a couple more blankets. So the night of my actual attempt, we'll be able to cover up our dirty work inside the prison, because I don't really feel like making the paper-mache dummy. That takes a lot more work. Although I think I can make a crappier one now that I think about it, with pillows and blankets and stuff. I might look into doing that. Alright, let's see. So let's go in here. Throw up a bunch of sheets. Should probably wait till I'm actually doing something nefarious, but I don't think I'm going to get them suspicious enough that I'm going to care about the sheets this go round, since I kind of know a little bit more about what I'm doing. I don't want to use it. So now anything that I'm doing in my cell isn't going to be seen. Now that doesn't mean they can't still come in and check, but it just means that I'm not going to immediately get busted. Alright, so I think it's duct tape and metal to upgrade my shovel. There it is. Oh, but I don't have high enough intellect. Alright, so we're going to go get smarter. Roll call. Roll call is the absolute most important thing. If you miss roll call, you're immediately beat up. All your items are confiscated. They basically assume you're trying to escape. Alright, so now you've seen roll call, and then as soon as roll call is done, I believe it's going to be lights out. So once that day is complete, I'm going to fast forward ahead where I have a lot of these things taken care of. And remember, there's 10 different prisons that get more and more difficult. They start doing things like having dogs out sniffing for items, metal detectors, cameras all over, electronic fences. It gets much more complicated. This, again, is a minimum security prison. So this is the easiest one to escape. And even this took us quite a little while to figure things out. You're not going to want to be Googling and cheating and watching a ton of guides. So if you enjoy what you see in this particular video and you decide you do want to play this game, don't watch anything else. Just stop right there. Alright, so we've got a 50 intelligence. We can upgrade the shovel. sell. All of this kind of stuff is time, so we've got to hurry here. There's something to do with that camera crew too. That they're kind of touring the prison. You can do. There's a way to escape that deals with them as well. All right, so let's go ahead before we go to bed and upgrade my shovel. Now that I'm smart enough to do it. All right, so we are well on our way in a very short period of time. Thanks to the fact that I kind of know what I'm doing. But we still need a lot more of these files and other stuff tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and go to bed. My goal now is to collect the rest of the resources I need. So tonight's going to be the night where we make our escape attempt. So we're just checking in for roll call to make sure that is covered. Now I'm going to sneak away to my room. They're going to send us all back to our rooms shortly anyways. I am going to cover up my windows with bed sheets, and actually I've already done so, so that will alleviate suspicion, which is kind of silly because I would suspect somebody a hell of a lot more if I saw that going on. I am going to go into the crafting menu. I'm going to make myself a bed dummy. So on the off chance that somebody does come in while I'm trying to escape, I'm going to hope and pray that that dummy fools them. Then I'm going to pick up my desk here and start my work. I've upgraded my shovel and my cutter to the sturdy version. I'm going to make one more brace for the tunnel. So depending on how far I have to dig, I should be covered there. I was trying to find a sock or a pillowcase to make myself a weapon with soap inside that I could hit the guard with if necessary. I'm going to take this duct tape and a book and go and make myself potentially some armor. Let me see if that's possible. Where is it? Cushion, outfit. Duct tape. Oh, I need my prison my inventory. So let's put something away. Take off my uniform. There we go. So now I'm going to make a little bit of an armored outfit in case they do catch me trying to escape. I've got a book inside there. I'm going to grab my brace. All right, so let's start our escape attempt. So it's nighttime. They think I'm sleeping. The curtains are drawn. And I'm going to start digging. Now this might not happen in one night. Depending on how far you got to dig, you can run out of stamina. You can run out of durability on the shovel. There's a million different things that can go very wrong here. So, all right, we're down to 80% stam. Let's go. Oh, no, we don't want to flush it. I should mention, though, you can actually stick items into the toilet. So if you want to get rid of the dirt, you can stick it in the toilet and flush. The problem is that there is a chance that the toilet can get backed up. Oh, boy, this is an interesting spot I decided to dig in. Because there's actually like a foundation right there, so I think I'm going to actually have to turn. It's not really about that yet. I don't think I can go straight ahead. I think that concrete foundation is going to block me, but let's try it. Might end up actually taking another night. Okay, I'm overloaded with dirt. It's okay, I should just be able to drop the dirt. Alright, let's the soil up here. My shovel. Digging again? Alright, no, actually that's just warning me where the wall is, so I think I can keep going. Or not. Shit, yeah, that is gonna block me. Maybe I need a pick or something like that to get through there, but I don't have it. Damn it, that means I'm gonna end up short with this tool. Yeah, there goes my shovel. So we're going to have to start again tomorrow night. And we're probably going to have to put a brace up pretty soon the way that this tunnel is going. In fact, might as well just put one right there. There we go. So there's a brace to keep the tunnel from collapsing. All right, I think that's all we're going to be able to get done tonight. Actually, I know it. I have to stash this soil in case my room gets tossed, and I'm going to have to hide this soil tomorrow. All right, so tonight we should be able to escape 100% for sure. So I'm going to check in for a roll call one more time. I'm going to head back to the cell again. I was able to make myself a sturdy shovel, and the tunnel is almost complete. I also was able to go ahead and make myself a weapon, which is just a soap bar inside of a sock. And and I got myself an energy drink in case we run out. So I'm going to go ahead and replace my bed dummy. To grab my shovel and my cutter. And I don't think I'm going to need another brace, but I'll put it just in case. So I'm going to wait till roll call is finished. Well, actually, even if they walk by my cell, it should be. Because we have the curtains up. So now that we have dug our way out, we need to dig our way up. Oh. I didn't get the check mark for being in my cell. Oof. That was a costly mistake. Could have been a costly mistake. Alright, so I should be able to start digging upward now. Oh, it says red, so I've got to keep going forward. Farther to go than I thought because of the bushes. Might not make it out tonight. Alright, there we go. Now we can start digging out. We've got daylight. Just need you to hold out a little bit longer. Alright, my shovel just broke, but we're out. Alright, so we need a cutter. We need to make sure that we don't get seen by the spotlight. At night, they're not watching the gates, and I'm minimum security. Just gotta keep an eye out for that spotlight behind me. And we are home free, so minimum security prison, not that challenging. But hopefully you guys thought that was pretty cool. I have a lot of fun playing this game. It gets infinitely more complicated. These become very complex puzzles, and there's a lot to it. There's a little bit of a narrative in here as well. But when you start adding in friends and playing this in co-op, it gets a lot more fun. When you have 4 people in here pulling hijinks and you've got to coordinate, think about it. If I had a friend over in another cell, he's got to go through the vents, and join me. We all have to have dummies. We have to coordinate together. It gets very, very difficult. I only got a C there. I'm going to keep trying to do better. I'm going to get more keys and get all the different prisons unlocked. And there was tons of DLC for the last Escapist. They had a Walking Dead DLC where you killed zombies and you could play as Shane Carl and stuff. And they also had Escape from Alcatraz. So I'm expecting a lot more cool DLC here. So lots of content. The game, I got it on sale on Green Man for 15 bucks. It's 20 even on Steam. I wholeheartedly recommend this game. I think it's a ton of fun. I'd be happy to play with anybody that wants to check it out. So far, there's only 3 of us that have it. Please let me know by liking this video if you don't have the time to leave a comment, or let me know that you enjoyed it, you'd like to see some live streams or some multiplayer or anything of that nature. Thank you guys so much for joining me to check out The Escapists. I hope you pick up this game because it is a ton of fun. It's very creative, and I appreciate you guys watching the channel as always. Thank you.